Hi you guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is CeeChronicles. If you are joining me today for the first time, thank you for coming along and deciding to watch this channel. My content is mostly fragrance reviews, fashion videos, lifestyle videos, and a lot more. So you did not come here by mistake. Please do me a favor and subscribe if you're here for the first time and you were curious. This is a fun channel. You won't regret it. So I would appreciate if you subscribed. Okay, and to my returning subscribers, I'd like to say thank you very much for always supporting this channel. I appreciate you coming always. Okay, I'm here today with fragrances in my collection with a similar vibe. I just have 3 fragrances in front of me, and I intend pulling out some more fragrances in the future to give to you. This is, for the purposes of saving you money, for example, or if you were curious about certain fragrances, whether or not they're worth having. If I have fragrances within my collection that are similar, I will pull some out for you, and then I'll give you comparisons, and then leave you to decide whether or not you actually need, those fragrances, whether they're 2 or 3 or something like that. Today, the main fragrance today is Black Opium. Okay, now I've had Black Opium in my collection, and due to what's been happening in the world, I, just like everybody else, ended up purchasing some fragrances without testing them, only to discover that, do I really need this? Do you really need a fragrance that you have to kind of sift through, or you dig through? You have to sniff deeply for you to distinguish differences with a fragrance that's already within your collection. So maybe not. So today I am going to be talking about, okay, of course, Black Opium versus Signorina Mysteriosa versus Dolce & Gabbana The Only One. Okay, I'm not going to make this video so long, so I just summarized everything. Okay, now Black Opium, obviously, let me just spray some here. Okay, Black Opium is your 2014 composition. This is why I'm saying this versus the other 2, okay? Because this is the 2014 composition. Dolce & Gabbana is 2018, if I'm not mistaken, and then Signorina is 2016. So obviously this came first. Now I'm going to be doing this one versus the ones that I compare with, okay? Now this one by YSL, your Black Opium, has got your pear, it's got your pink pepper, your orange blossom. It also goes on, to carry some coffee in there, some jasmine, some bitter almond, and some licorice. Okay, some vanilla as well as some patchouli and cedar, and then cashmere wood. Okay, so this is your balsamic, warm, spicy, white floral mixed with your coffee, obviously, like I said, and some licorice in there. Bitter almond and some woods. Okay, now this is your sexy, mysterious, sweet floral fragrance, which is a popular or a favorite for many. It does, however, fall under the fragrances that I would call generic, because you will find a lot of fragrances with a similar vibe to Black Opium. Now the next one, like I said, I'm going to compare it to is obviously going to be the 2016 composition, which is the one that came after Black Opium, which is the Signorina Mysteriosa. Okay, this is a different house altogether. This is by Salvatore Ferragamo. Okay. Now, Signorina Mysteriosa, in as much as there are differences there, okay, the differences there, I'm just spraying it here, the differences there are really hard to distinguish. Okay, what is distinct in the differences is just the coffee note, if I have to be honest, really. Okay, this has your blackberry, your neroli, your tuberose, your orange blossom, your milky mousse. Okay, so it is quite lactonic. It also has your black vanilla husk, and it's got your patchouli in there. The differences between this and Black Opium is, I'd say this one's more sweeter. Okay, this is a really like a sweeter version, obviously without sweeter almost, and also almost thicker, really thicker interpretation of Black Opium. But definitely what is missing in this is the coffee note. And like I said, do you want a fragrance where you really need to dig your nose into there to distinguish differences? I would say maybe not. Whether or not you need both, it's now entirely up to you. If you're a collector like myself and you are curious, then yeah, granted, you may need both. But if you are buying these fragrances because you intend to add more range into your fragrance collection in terms of, notes, or in terms of interpretation and the smell of the fragrances, then I would say this is not one that I think think you would need. However, like I said in the beginning of the video, it's entirely up to you. I'm not exactly, trying to rubbish this. Another thing that I want to mention is if you didn't have Black Opium, okay, say you didn't have Black Opium and maybe you've heard a lot of, or you're just curious, then yeah, you could go for either, because, either one just does the work for me. But if you already have Black Opium, you won't necessarily be wowed by Signorina Mysteriosa. Now, the third one, which also is the last, okay, in this comparison, is Dolce & Gabbana The Only One, okay. The Only One by Dolce & Gabbana is 2018, okay. So like I said, Black Opium is 2014, Signorina Mysteriosa 2016. Now this is 2018 and I happen to have it, okay. The one thing that drew me to this obviously is the bottle. I like the bottle. I think the bottle is pretty, okay, but obviously the contents had to do something for me as well. Now what I got after I got this Dolce & Gabbana, let me just tell you the notes. There is some violet in here, some orange blossom, some bergamot. There is the coffee note in there. There is the pear, which you obviously find again in Black Opium. There is some iris, orange blossom, which again I think you will find in Black Opium. And then in the base it's got it's also got the rose in the mid there, and then it's in the base it's got some caramel, some vanilla, and some patchouli, okay. This differences are, this is your inoffensive, okay, this is your inoffensive kind of more tolerated or crowd pleasing kind of scent. It is your kind of mature one. It's got that powdery feel to it. This is your it's that kind of fragrance that doesn't really scream out loud like what Black Opium does. It's like your quieter version of the Black Opium. It does also share that genericness to it, which Black Opium obviously has, okay. It's got a tad bit of sweetness. Okay, let me just say it is sweet, but not as syrupy, toothache sweet as Black Opium or Signorina Mysteriosa. So you're going to have that powderiness that kind of keeps interrupting there to avoid either this one crossing over to toothache sweet. It's got like that caramel feel as well. And again, like I said, this is less attention grabbing or less attention seeking, and this is like your more mature version. Now, in terms of do you need both, now that boils down to age, I guess. If you are that possibly a mature kind of person, or Black Opium was a fragrance that you found too thick and too sweet, then this is definitely for that mature person. I see this one being worn by all. I can see it appealing even to the younger generation, but I think the younger generation would be more drawn to the actual Black Opium than they would to this. So if this is the sticky sweetness that is in this Black Opium is what made you buy this fragrance, you might not actually appreciate this fragrance will feel as though it's diluted, as though it's not giving you all, as though it's not performing or it's not loud enough, because Black Opium is in your face. It is that loud, that really loud fragrance, which is something that you won't get from this one. However, longevity on this one is shocking. I get 10-11 hours on this one, which is really decent, for what it is, but it continues to play that second fiddle. It does not take over, if you will. It continues to be in the background. So yeah, in a nutshell, that is what I had to say about these three, okay. I had to say about Signorina Mysteriosa, Dolce & Gabbana The Only One versus Black Opium, okay. And again, like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm not dissing any of these fragrances. I'm just comparing them with Black Opium because I feel there was some inspiration behind, or this kind of scent profile for these fragrances to be born, more so that this is a 2014 and the other ones came after that. My name is CeeChronicles. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you have subscribed. If you haven't, why not? Please do click on the red subscribe button and join this family. I would appreciate that. Turn on post notifications as well so that you are notified anytime I upload a video. Also, like and share this video if you liked it, okay. Now remember, smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.